Hello and welcome to Outsidexbox. You're watching Show of the Week. I'm Andy.
And I'm Mike. This week I had a terrible nightmare that a scarecrow was beating me up with chains.
That's injustice.
I know, right? So unfair.
I mean, it's a game, Injustice 2.
Oh, with you. So what about the other nightmare I had?
What other nightmare?
The one where all the coffee cups were trying to kill me.
That's Prey, Mike, the new game from the same studio that gave us Dishonored. Prey tells the story of Morgan Yu, a scientist aboard the space station Talos 1, who discovers that his or her life might not have been everything it seemed to be when the station is overrun by a race of aliens known as the Typhon. The most eye-catching of these are the Mimics, which are horrible, nightmarish, scuttling shadow monsters that can disguise themselves as ordinary household objects to trick you into getting your face near them, such as chairs, lab equipment, and, like in your nightmare, Mike, coffee cups. Long story short, good luck trying to find something to drink out of on Talos 1. But there are other even worse Typhons roaming the Art Deco corridors of Talos 1, which is why your Morgan will have to protect themselves with neuromods. Neuromods are Prey's answer to Bioshock's plasmids, in that they let you unlock new skills and abilities by doing amateur eye surgery on yourself with a massive needle. Human neuromods come in three categories. Firstly, there are scientist neuromods, which give you hacking and medical skills. Secondly, engineer neuromods enable you to do things such as lift heavier objects and repair broken equipment in the world. Thirdly, there are security neuromods, which boost your combat effectiveness and stamina. Later, after conducting some research with a bit of equipment called the Psychoscope, you'll get access to alien neuromods. These also come in three different flavors, namely energy, telepathy, and morph, which is the one that lets you turn into coffee cups. Who's a mug now, Mimics? Me is who. Honestly, Talos 1 could have saved everyone a lot of hassle if they just banned hot drinks entirely. Much like Dishonored before it, Prey lets you decide how to play it, inviting you to create combinations of powers to fit your playstyle, and there's usually more than one solution to every problem, as seen here when I used the game's glue cannon to create an improvised staircase. Well, it was that or go through the Talos 1 coffee shop, and have you seen how many mugs are in there? No thanks.
Right, so science experiments happening on a cool space station. This all sounds great so far.
Yes, but it's been overrun by these things called Mimics.
Okay, what are they then?
They're like these weird little smoky, spidery, shape-shifting aliens that can turn into everyday objects to trick you.
Shapeshifters. I hate shapeshifters.
It's like, at least you know where you are with a regular monster, demon, or other non-shape-shifting villain, you know? If they're gonna kick your head off, they're gonna do it face to face, not sneak up on you disguised as a treasure chest or a table lamp or whatever. It's unsporting, is what it is. Like these alien mimics skittering around Prey's Talos 1 space station with their powers of transformation. They can do one, thanks to these mighty morphing prowling dangers and how they're always pretending to be innocent looking mugs. I'm too scared to drink coffee ever again. What have I got to make me jittery and on edge now? Oh right, the Mimics. But yeah, just consider these times we were tricked by shape-shifting baddies who can also, as I say, do one. Beware spoilers for Batman Arkham City and King's Quest V, although that came out 17 years ago, so frankly you had your chance. Question: what's white and green and homicidal all over?
Hurry up and take your seat, Batman. The show's about to begin.
If you answered the Joker, then half marks for you, because in this case here at the end of Batman Arkham City, the correct answer is actually Clayface pretending to be the Joker.
You fell for the old fake Joker gang, Batman.
This shape-shifting bad guy squished his gigantic mud body into the shape of Joker's skinny clown body to trick Batman into thinking Joker is healthy and in front of him instead of sick, and behind him about to shoot Talia in the spine.
Talia!
Clayface's ability to take on any form he fancies comes from his having once been a famous movie actor who went off the rails, gained the powers of self-moulding mud, and turned his acting talent to impersonating better villains.
Why sign up with Joker?
The role of a lifetime!
Actors, eh? It all comes to nothing though once Batman slices up Clayface like a Mississippi mud pie and for an encore, accidentally smashes the cure for Joker's lethal Titan disease. Hey, Joker, what's white and green and dead all over? Joker? Joker? Oh. And hey, speaking of evil clowns...
Your soul is mine.
If there's one thing Mortal Kombat mainstay Shang Tsung loves, it's consuming souls. If there's two things Shang Tsung loves, it's consuming souls and transforming himself into other Mortal Kombat fighters. This shape-shifting warlock can't get enough of using his demonic magic to take on the form of his opponent to create a sudden and confusing mirror match that will, I expect, give him the upper hand. If there's a third thing this transmogrifying sorcerer loves, then that thing, and don't ask us why, is taking on the appearance of an evil clown with a mouthful of fangs and executing his defeated foe with a comparatively merciful headshot. Hey, I said comparatively. This is the guy who likes to possess his enemy and make them rip their own head off, I'm just saying.
What's going on here? I'll take care of you, you swine.
The trouble with being a shapeshifting wizard is that you're only as powerful as the thing you shapeshift into. You'd expect a mighty dark wizard like Mordak of King's Quest V would be well versed in the pitfalls of transformation spells, but then you wouldn't expect any king to be called King Graham, and yet here we are.
My castle? What has happened?
The final standoff between King Graham and Mordak is a magical duel in which the duelists morph into various forms to get an edge over the other guy.
Let me show you a thing or two.
Like when Mordak becomes a huge dragon, our boy Graham becomes an adorable bunny, so he can hop out of the way of the dragon's fire attacks. Cute. But in this great game of shape-shifting rock, paper, scissors, Mordak only goes and transforms into a fire to trap Graham's mongoose, an animal that is famously weak against fire, I assume.
The way you want to play.
All that remains is for Graham to conjure up a rain cloud and snuff out Mordak with a little fall of rain. See, Mordak, electric is strong against water. If you'd turned into a Pikachu, you could have had that dumb Graham cloud. It's only fitting that a game as cruel and unforgiving as Dark Souls would feature a sneaky shape-shifting enemy. Just as you reach into an inviting chest hoping to find a piece of valuable loot, it's revealed that said chest is a mimic, fake treasure chest that sprout arms and teeth and gobble you up. It even has the audacity to, having already chewed on your spine, go back to pretending to be a chest, like we wouldn't remember this awful experience for the rest of our now even shorter life. Fool me once, Dark Souls mimic, shame on you. Fool me twice and, well, I probably don't have enough health to survive twice, so I guess you win? Of course, the alternative option is to attack it, at which point it grows impossibly gangly limbs, makes extremely creepy wailing noises, and attempts to kick your face clean off the front of your head. Hey, any chance you could instead mimic a member of the England football team? We could really do with a solid free kick taker.
Going somewhere.
In Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, Henga Yokai are a race of shape-shifting demons from the Far East, one of which you're enlisted to track down by a young Japanese demon hunter.
Henga Yokai is a demon that hides in the skin of man, but it is not man.
Like all your sneaky shapeshifter bastards though, this Henga Yokai is as deceptive as he is stinky. Yeah, I said it.
Yes, Henga Yokai smells like fish. Do you know?
On our mission to hunt down this shape-shifting demon, we meet up with this shady go-between dude of whom, on reflection, we should have been significantly more suspicious, given how we're searching for a shape-shifting demon.
Yes, that's what I wanted to hear. If that's your goal, I'd be willing to help arrange a meeting with him.
It seemed legit at the time. Anyway, the go-between dude actually is the Henga yokai, naturally, so he sets up an ambush in the guise of a private meeting where we think we're going to kill him and he thinks he's going to kill us because it turns out he can transform into a land shark.
Surprise.
Ogami Yukie desu. I return you to hell.
Man, this is really embarrassing. Look, Sharkman, when my vampire friends ask about this, I'm going to say I knew you were a demon all along, okay? So, who's for sushi? Anyone? How about it, Yuki? No? Oh, more for me.
Now it's time to see what's written in the comments and on this coffee mug that just inexplicably appeared on the shelf behind me.
The world's best mimic?
Probably fine.
First up this week, your comments on last week's show about Outlast 2 and the warning signs that you need to immediately leave a spooky video game town before it goes all survival horror.
Call went out just before I picked you up. Said it was multiple homicides. Half a dozen units already on scene.
131, please advise.
Hey, maybe it's the ghost of that doctor who went schizo and chopped up all those patients.
Another suggestion here from commenter Sergeant Broccoli, who says, another sign that you should GTFO is if the town is run by 3 maniacal mayors who have infinite resources but refuse to help out their citizens and is haunted by the tormented souls of people who couldn't get clean water.
All right, I get it. He's talking about our city's skyline city. What's this? Oh, that's an abandoned house. I can fix that as well. Pow!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone else want their house knocking down?
Bulldoze your problems.
3 maniacal mayors. We all work as a team to bring harmony to the city.
Right, that's why Janesville is such a utopia.
I thought it was called Oxboxford.
We'll talk later. Jessica Alvarez Kendall, meanwhile, was inspired by Outlast 2's plot to suggest the following video. How about making blank times you tried to helicopter but crashed because plot development in honour of the opening of Outlast 2?
Yeah, helicopter pilots should get a Lifetime Achievement Award at the next Video Game BAFTAs.
Without them, so many video games would have never taken place.
No! Don't go!
And with regards to the end credits of last week's show, which threw up a few hitherto unsung positions here at OX Industries, Jake Stone King comments, Crocodile Wrangler, but I didn't see any crocodiles. Exactly, you're welcome.
Yeah, you should have seen this place before, the Crocodile Wrangler.
Is that the reason why early episodes of this show were hosted by 2 crocodiles?
It's one of the reasons.
Moving on, here are your comments on this video about the times video games punished you for needlessly acting like a jackass.
Let's remember these times video games caught us needlessly being a jerk and punished us for it.
As ever, some great suggestions from you guys, such as this one from number 06127, who says, gotta be Link's Awakening. Steal 1 item from the shop and spend the rest of the game being called thief. It's not my fault the shopkeeper gets dizzy so easily.
I like it that they embraced it for the remake years later though.
But there is no reward without risk. The challenge is everything.
Here's another great suggestion from one Connor Burke, who says, Skyrim chickens. My god, 1 hit and the town kills you.
It's a valuable animal.
Some context there, that chicken was the local Jarl.
Oh well, that makes perfect sense now.
Speaking of context, all caps commenter Where is Spacebar says, where do the shopkeepers in Spelunky live? If they don't live in that cave, that's got to be a brutal commute.
Oh, that explains why they're all so grumpy. Finally this week, your comments on this video in which I got to experience zero gravity and handled it with my usual cat-like poise.
Rather than 7 things to do in 0 gravity, commenter Nightmare would have preferred to see 0 things to do in 7 gravity. How about that?
I think 0 things is actually just about as many things as you could do. In 7 gravity, you'd be so heavy.
Lie there,
yeah.
Moan quietly to yourself, struggle to move, the list goes on.
Does it though?
No, that's it. Commenter BCFB21, meanwhile, was delighted to see you enjoying yourself, Jane, and says, now we just need to send Ellen off to some kind of week-long LARP of Kingdoms of Amalur, and Mike off to learn how to do NASCAR. Yes, and I need to spend several weeks on a boat in the Caribbean to fully understand my favourite game, Assassin's Creed Black Frog.
Black Flag.
Whatever. Finally this week, commenter Noah Edwards says, Twist! They brought back the mimic, Jane! That's funny because... Oh my god, he's right. Mimics! Mimics everywhere!
Oh, sorry, I was just getting some sugar. Where'd he go?
That's it for Show of the Week. Thanks for watching. But before you go, say hello to our popular new character, Notification Squid.
I thought we discussed the squid and decided that it was a terrible, terrible idea.
Like and subscribe, and also press the bell icon to be notified every time OutsideXbox uploads a video.
Squids do not talk like that.
Shut up. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
I said no to the squid.
You said no to the like button space dog.
Yeah, I also said no to that.
Yeah, but you liked Subby, the subscribing submarine, didn't you?
Are you even listening to me in those meetings?
No.